Alright, we're at 873 Rice Street here in St. Paul, Minnesota. Kind of discovering the history of Rice Street, sharing it with anyone that would be interested that grew up on Rice Street. Right next door to the historic Ron's Bar. I spent my teen years growing up here, living here with my parents, and then later with the band Kubla Khan, Megedeth. Kubla Khan, of course, the original, one of the guitarists from Kubla Khan was in Megedeth. My bedroom window was right down in here. Now this was an old storefront that originally my grandfather had actually even gotten a haircut here at one time. Now walking back, it's hard to see with my bad shooting. These were this was the laundry room here. My bedroom window was down there, so when I had my teenage friends come over here, they'd pound on it like that and I could hear them. Matter of fact, I painted it blue, which you can see light traces of. So anyways, back here, this garage didn't exist at the time. There was this sidewalk continued on, and dead ahead of me, probably about 10 feet, was an old farm garage, double layered with an attic. And over here was actually a tree and a nice decent sized yard. This was the back door to the residence, the storefront in the front. This is the historic kitchen window, which is now concrete up, as well as the basement, old laundry room. That's probably all original from when I was here even. Now coming over here, at one time in the 1980s, we even had a skateboard ramp beyond this fence, which has been cut off now. This was the windows here to a living room, and that was the store. Now round and around here to the front, what can I tell you about this place? Well, for Rice Street history, other than the fact I grew up here and spent most of my life here, it originally was a barber shop. Like I said, my grandfather got his hair cut in here. And then I lived here. And then actually in the 70s, my fault, it was a record shop. Kind of a hippie, stinky record shop. That's what I figure when I think of it. And the original owner, his name was Frank, and him and his mother owned it. I'm not sure where they inherited it from. Same shingles that are on there from when I was here, when I would go up there and suntan as a teenager, 15, 16 years old. We inherited it, or not inherited it, we rented it, and then we used it to live in. We lived in the back, and later in the front. My stepfather, Gilbert Marty, would run his auction business, and he would have flea markets here pretty much year-round. There was an old pine fence right here, literally built out of pine trees, and he would have a flea market daily to get by. That's how we would put food on the table. It then passed from that to me and several friends, lived here with the band, like I said, stated. Then it became a skateboard shop in the 1980s. And my friend Robert Dreher ran that shop. And I spent a lot of years growing up here, partying. A lot of bad stuff, I guess, really. But a lot of history as well. But looking at it now, as you can see, she's down to nothing. So the plan would be this. Very simple. If I was ever in a position to give back to the community, I would come back here to St. Paul and I'd buy this building. I'm afraid I don't think it's going to last that long. I'm sure someone's going to tear it down. But if it's still here and I got an opportunity, I'll come back and give back to the community, give jobs, and I can put a business in here. And that's the plan. Let's go discover something else here.